Hey guys, what is up? It's ArcadeCode here, and welcome to the third episode of my Java tutorials. So last episode we set up these different variables and had the if statements to take away 10 if the result was greater than 10. Now this episode I think I want to be talking about different classes and how to use them. Now, I could be going on a lot of other stuff before, but I think it will be better if I start off with classes so we can use them to demonstrate the other aspects of Java in a more in-depth way. So, to start a new class, you can just click on the default package, right click and select New Class. Let's name this class Apples. Apples is a cool class to name it. And here we have public class apples. Now inside here we can have a new what to call it, function. So let's call this one public void hello world, and we're going to say it takes no arguments, and yeah, and then we have this in here, and let me format this in a better way, like so. And inside here we're just going to copy and paste this right here and just take out the plus result. This means that inside apples we have a public void function that's called hello world and will print out hello world. Now let's try this, and in the end of start.java let's just have apples dot what was it? Hello world, wasn't it? Yeah. Apples or hello world. Now right now we have an error at apples, and that's because first of all right here we have to make this one static to be able to refer to it through different classes, and we also need to well, apparently we don't have to. I thought we would have to import apples, but apparently it's taken care by the by Eclipse for us over here. So now when we play it, we can see it says hello world 2.5 2.54521, which is this right here, and then it says hello world again because we said apples has to print out hello world. So that is how we can use classes to easily refer to different scripts. Now inside apples we can have another one, for example public static void, and you can call this one hello YouTube. Now you can all have spaces, so I'm just going to take this off, and actually what people do most of the time is make between words to capitalize it so it's actually clear what it does. And we're just going to copy this section right here and have it say hello YouTube. Now of course this isn't the best way of doing things, but for the demonstration purposes of this video it will do just fine. So remember to change this how you changed it in apples, and then you can have apples dot hello YouTube. Now when we save it and play it, it's not only saying hello world, but it's also saying hello YouTube. So as you can see, it's a very handy way to quickly write loads of different functions and call them somewhere else. Now what I should note is that you can write a function inside a class and call it within the same class. That's perfectly possible. So for example, you could have public static void, and let's call this one hi, and it's going to be printing out hi. And now if we go here, and we can just go type hi and then go like that. Note how we don't have to say apples anymore because we're already in the same class that has the system that they put the public void hi in. So now if we save this and play it, we also have hi. Now what you might know is that if you have used JavaScript before, is that you cannot have a function, you cannot initiate a function after you call it. Well, in Java this is possible, so you can perfectly have public static void, and then for example, how are you? And remember, it's always a good thing to capitalize so it's clear. And we cannot have question marks, by the way, I don't think so. And then we can just have the same thing, but print out how are you? And that's all well and good. Now if we save it and play it, we can still see, well, we should see, oh right, we have to say how are you right here. So how are you? Now don't forget your semicolons at the end, by the way. If you're having an error, that's probably the problem. Wait, cancel that. Press here. And we also have how are you. So as you can see, functions are very easy to use, both outside of the class and within the class. I probably should have showed you how to do this the other way around, but anyway, how it works. Now I also want to show you guys how you can use functions a little bit more in depth. So let's go inside our apples.java, because it's a lot neater to write functions in a separate class and then referring it back. I think it's a lot neater. It's a pretty cool thing to do as well. And if you have a public static, and then instead of having void we have int, for example, and then we have, I don't know, something easy, double. No, that won't work, we can't use double int, for example, and then have this. Now you might notice how we have int right here. Now that is the return type, that's what it's going to return. And the what return means is that it will give you a value, and we can show that really simply, and once we actually finish this code. So we want it to double whatever int we give it. So here we want to have int I being a new variable, so it will create a new variable called I, and here we can just have return I times 2. Now let me explain this code a little bit to you guys. So public static int is the same as public static void, but int says the return type is an integer. Now this means that we can, for example, say int II is equal to double int 5, for example, and this will actually double 5 and return it as an int, so we can just assign it to int II. Of course, can do a lot more complicated things, but I think it will serve our purposes just fine for this one. And return will basically say return whatever is after this. So we say return I times 2, so the double of I being whatever we give to the public static int. So for example, we can just go here and have a new thing saying hello world plus, and instead of results we can just have double int and 5, and instead of having, of course you have to say it's apples dot double int, and when you save that and play it, you can see it's saying hello world 10, because double of 5 is 10. So let's trace back exactly what it's doing. We're saying do the double int 5, which is found within the apple class. So apple class is right here. Now we're passing on value 5, so we're passing it on over here, and as you can see we're saying we have to give it an integer. This is why it says int I, and it will assign whatever we give it to I. So this is actually hard to explain. So this right here, well, this right here actually will be whatever we write inside here. And this means this could be 10, and so this int I will be equal to 10. Now it's not we can't just write int I equal 10 because it will change whatever we put in here. So if we save this and play, we can now say it says 20. Now you can actually have multiple arguments. These are called arguments, by the way. So you can just have public static int, and then can have I don't know, times int, and you can have int I, and then int I again. And if we have this like so, with a little comma in between, well actually let's call this an int I. Now we can go return I times I. And now this will actually return the first argument by the second argument. So to be able to use these, you go in here and you can go, instead of double int right here, let's just write times int, and you need two variables. So times int 10 and 10 times int. Now if we try it, it should give us 100. So we managed to cover how to use very basic classes and functions, and I hope this video was useful. Now next episode we'll probably check out some more advanced things, like more types of data types, and maybe even a few arrays and whatnot. And probably in a future episode we'll start doing stuff outside of the console with actually a proper display. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was useful. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. You may even want to add it to this video to your favorites if you really liked it. Leave a comment if you want me to explain anything more in depth, and I'll see you guys next time for some more videos.